They came to celebrate and to be blessed. Tens of thousands of Jewish pilgrims at the mountain tomb of an ancient rabbi. But instead, they were met with panic and a deadly crush. Men and boys left the shrine, descending a narrow walkway which was badly overcrowded. Those at the front became trapped. People tried tearing away metal barricades to free them.
All of a sudden we saw paramedics from MADA and whatever running by, like mid-CPR on kids. And then one after the other started coming out, ambulances. Then we understood like something's going on here.
Pilgrims joined paramedics in a desperate search. Dozens had been suffocated or trampled on. Children became separated from parents, and army helicopters evacuated the wounded. In the hospitals, there's been anguish as relatives wait for news. Many of the dead still haven't been formally identified. Avigdor took his 2 young sons to the festival. When it got crowded, he says they tried to get out. We reached a ramp, Avigdor tells me, where there was a river of people. I fell on my back and others piled on top. I prayed. My 10-year-old son was screaming for help, shouting, "I'm dead." And my 13-year-old son, he was gone. Avigdor's 10-year-old made his way home by himself, but the teenager, Yedidia, was missing. The family searched hospital wards for news. Later, he was confirmed dead, among at least 7 children who lost their lives. The annual festival sees ultra-Orthodox Jews flock for the night of prayer. Bonfires are lit too. This was the country's biggest gathering since the pandemic. Israel has lifted many COVID restrictions after the world's fastest vaccination rate, and police had planned for crowds. So what went wrong?
Well, this is where the surge took place. Crowds were heading down this metal ramp here. Eyewitnesses have said it was slippery. People were then turning around this corner, heading down the steps. And some have said that a barrier was blocking the route, and that's where the crush took place.
At the scene, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu called it a national disaster and promised a full inquiry. This afternoon, they began burying the dead. Amid the grief and the funerals, questions mount over whether it could have been prevented. After a night of ritual, this was the one no one wanted. Tom Bateman, BBC News, Mount Meron.